Evening, everybody. Don't know what happened there. It was saying on my screen we were live, but it doesn't look like we were. And we've just had a really good qualifying for these GT drivers at the minute at Dragon Trail. We've got extremely fast lap from Filthy to take pole here. 1:36.7, very good lap time. Gloss in second, Air third, Azrael fourth, he'll be very happy with that. Dad in fifth, Apex sixth, Panda seventh, Jay eighth, Charger ninth, BB 10th, LeChick 11th, and Highfield serving his quali ban. So obviously didn't set a lap time then. The race will go live in 3 minutes, so these guys will be getting themselves ready. Obviously this track, very easy to make a mistake on. Death Chicane as it's called. Pivot is going to be pivotal during this race. Some people are going to make it through, some people aren't, and with the heavy damage, it's going to be a long old haul back to that pit, and you could lose so much time not making it through there. Such a fine line between commitment and overdriving through there, making a mistake. And with the dirty air model of this game, it's going to be interesting to see who is going to make it through and who isn't. So we've got we've obviously got Filthy on pole, Gloss in second. We know that Corvette is so fast out the blocks. I found that out yesterday in the GT Sprint Cup when he jumped me on the line. So Gloss will be looking to take the lead down into the first corner of this race. If he can get in front of Filthy and throw some dirty air back, that's only going to help Gloss's cause. Filthy, obviously, with that really fast qualifying time, he's been putting those in all these practice lobbies all week, driving really well. Hopefully he can do that for the whole race, because the issue is going to be setting one lap time is one thing, doing that continuously for 15 laps through that chicane is another. Whether he uses his pace and pushes really hard to try and break away at the front and then eases off, or will he be pushed by the other guys and be forced maybe into a mistake? That's what everyone else is going to be trying to do. 1 minute and we'll be underway. I always have a prediction, and I think my prediction this week, it was Panda last week and we cursed him. So coming from 7th is going to be a big ask, but it's doable for Panda. I'm going to put my money on the pole sitter, Filthy. After watching him put lap after lap in practice this week, all very fast lap times, all very consistent. This could be a real big chance for Filthy to take a win here. Obviously, Gloss is going to be a threat. Air's going to be. All these guys are a threat, and with that death chicane, anything can happen. Somebody can have an accident, catch somebody else, and it could all end up with a 4 or 5 car pile-up. So we'll see. We'll get this race underway, and hopefully we get a clean first lap. These guys will be doing 15 laps. It'll be interesting to see what tyres everybody selects. Hey Sanka, where are you anyway? Sunning yourself somewhere? Because I haven't got my co-host with me, that's what the problem was. Let's get on with these guys. Let's go, let's follow from the front here and see what happens down into T1. I'm going to go with Gloss because I think he may be able to get the jump out the start. I don't know what that GTR's like. Gloss already alongside and into the lead. Is he going to be able to get across the front of Filthy? There we go. I said that Corvette was absolutely rapid off the line. And there it is. He's into the lead. See if they'll settle down, or if is anybody, Azrael, battling here with Air and Dad. All seems nice and clean at the minute. Everyone's through, I think. Jay, LeChick there, Gloss into the lead still. Little half a second lead there. He'll be throwing that dirty air, but what a start from Panda, up into 3rd already. From 7th. Great start from Panda. He'll be loving that. He's going to want to put as much pressure on Filthy and Gloss as he can. Heavy braking zone now coming down here. And here we go. We'll go on board with Gloss for the first lap through the chicane. He's chosen to run the soft tyre here. Let's see what he opts to do here. A little downshift there. Small collision with the wall. Nothing. He has lost a small amount there to Filthy, but not too much. Where's Panda gone? Did Panda? I think Panda obviously had a small collision with the wall. Yeah, Panda has front damage. That is not going to help him here. These two are the main championship rivals for this championship, for the GT class. That is not going to help Panda's cause here. I think he's going to try and hold on, obviously, till he decides to pit and repair that damage. He'll want to see this tyre because they have a small gap on air. The two guys at the front now starting to edge away slowly. Is Filthy going to be patient here, or is he going to be absolutely desperate to get past Gloss and try and get away? Gloss won't make it easy on him. So it'll be good to see here how these guys battle. Will Dad be able to make any inroads back onto the back of Filthy and take Panda with him? We have a big 4-car battle for the lead then. Are we going to see a move here from Filthy down into this braking zone? He darts out to the right, pulls back in, realises he's not going to get that move made there. Pushes himself up the inside. Are we going to see these guys go side? No. Clever move from Filthy there to pull back in behind Gloss. I thought we were going to see these guys try and go through the death chicane. Literally side by side, which would not have worked at all. They have a 1.5 second lead on Dad at the minute, so these guys are the two at the minute setting the pace. Filthy moves to the outside there. He's going to try and get a run on Gloss here. He gets onto the back of him. He's going to be deep within that slipstream, but that Corvette is very fast in a straight line. Dad sets the fastest lap there with a 1:37.9. Filthy not quite close enough to Gloss here. Panda has dropped right back off the back of Dad. I would imagine that damage really not very nice to go through the chicane. Will be hindering him quite a lot, so it'd be interesting to see when he chooses to dive into these pits and take this change and fix that car. Up and over the hill now, we've still got Filthy. He's gone purple in the first sector. Dad's still in the lead though. 7/10 up on Filthy. He's managed to give himself a little bit of breathing room through that first sector. Great drive from from Gloss here. Good to see him up the front again. He was right up the front yesterday until he made a mistake through this chicane here. He's crashed out of second place. So hopefully he can stay clean for this whole race and we can have a battle all the way to the end. Slight collision with the wall there. Is that going to bring Filthy right onto the back of him now? Filthy closing in now in the slipstream. He pulls out to the right. Is he going to make the lunge now into this corner? Gloss gives him room. Filthy's going to have to stay tight and compromise himself though on exit. Gloss absolutely darts away in that Corvette now. That Corvette, absolute rocket ship in a straight line. Pulls back away. Dad has pulled in these guys. He's pulled in 4/10 in the last lap or so. And he's soon going to be joining this battle. If he can get into slipstream, he's going to be right on these guys. Little bounce over the curb there from Filthy. Let's go down a little bit and see what's going on. Air on his own, really in 4th position. Azrael in 5th. He's now managed to work his way past Panda. Panda obviously with that. Oh, Panda's got even more damage now. All front and both bits of suspension damaged. It won't take long for Apex to get onto the back of him with that damage there. These guys slightly further back having a great battle here. Bibby, Charger currently in the last qualifying position. Highfield will want to take that from him. Highfield obviously starting from the back after his quali ban from an incident last week. Chick in 11th, Jay in 12th. Let's go back to the front. These guys all battling now. Dad is right onto the back of these guys now. He knows this is his opportunity to take. Well, yeah, lucky we will go with after a straight murder. We can't deny that. But I will say you were in the way. Dad here, easy going to get onto the back of these guys. He knows this is a big opportunity for him to take points out of Panda here, his main championship contender, because Panda obviously circulating with a lot of damage on the front of that car, which will not be good in this. Filthy now literally glued to the back of Gloss. Look how fast that Corvette is though, even in the slipstream. Here he goes, going to make a move around the outside. Gloss isn't going to let him do it. Gloss is going to squeeze him. Yep, Gloss manages to block him off there. Filthy right on the back, and this is only bringing Dad more into this battle. Filthy needs to be careful. He's not so desperate to get past Gloss. He leaves that door wide open for Dad and compromises himself. I'm not writing Panda off, but with that damage and him dropping down positions, it is going to be a big ask for him to close these guys in. There's a big lead being formed from these three back. Dad's dropped off the back here. I don't know if we had a bit of a mistake through that section. Filthy right back onto the back of Gloss here. Are we going to see a lunge down into this corner? Is he going to leave the brake in late and dart out to the right, or is he going to choose to stay? He moves to the right. Contact there. He's going to do the right thing and let Gloss filter back in front. That is going to promote Dad right back onto the back of him. Filthy definitely did the right thing there. Very courteous with letting Gloss back in after the contact. Gloss just not quite as quick as Filthy through that through the chicane. Filthy absolutely glued back onto the back of Gloss through there. He must have absolutely flew through that chicane that lap. He's working hard, but this dirt, like I say. Yeah, Ron, if you're going to miss any, this is the one. Absolute nightmare of a track. Here we go. Filthy here, back into the slipstream. Still in that dirty air. Dirty air is such a big factor in this game, in this handling model. It's really unsettling for the car. Really hard to follow, especially closely. Filthy diving out to the right here. He's not going to back out of this. Oh, he did back out. 0 deaths, I think, so far, Scott. I mean, Panda's got damage. Other than that, we'll go through and have a look. Yeah, Panda's got damage there. Oh, Highfield has some damage. Charger into the pits here, changing tyres, and I think he would elect to obviously fix that damage. Let's get back up the front. Gloss still there. Filthy all over the back of him again. Gloss is sustaining some serious pressure here from these guys. Covers off the inside there to stop Filthy making a dive. What? Big dive around the outside from Filthy. Gloss covers off his line there. Puts his car right in the right place so Filthy can't get a run. Dad onto the back of him here, but the way Filthy's been going through this chicane. Oh, so close to the barrier from Filthy then. That is going to lose him time, I think. But I think the problem was Dad was so close to him. He will have to lift then. He will have lost time. He would have had to back out of whatever he was going for. Because Filthy was compromised. These guys absolutely glued to each other here. Setting good lap times, consistent. They're just it's difficult. This is a difficult circuit. It's so difficult to not make mistakes. Yeah, the old man being Gloss, he definitely had his vitamins. He's on whatever. He's on that Biden injection, I think. Here we go. Still all pushing on here. I want to go a bit further back and see what's going on, but these guys are so close I can't afford to move away from it because we could see a pass at any minute, a mistake, a pass. I will quickly flick back through. So we've got Azrael in 4th, Air behind him in 5th, Panda and just being overtaken by Apex there. Good move from Apex. Panda's going to have to make a decision soon to decide when he goes into the pits and gets rid of this damage, and it's going to be it could be another phenomenal recovery drive from Panda to watch. Bibby in 8th, Highfield now in the last qualifying position. He also has sustained damage, so when he goes in, I would have no doubt we'll change it. Apex and Bibby bring the McLarens home. Yep, those McLaren boys. Here we go. Filthy he's going to get this move done here now. Possibly. He's going to have to give room for Apex though. These guys here, he's going to have to give room for Gloss, sorry. Gloss with the run. Filthy opts to go for the pits. He's going for the undercut. Dad into the pits as well. Gloss being forced to stay out. I don't know if Gloss would have wanted to pit then, but he's been forced to stay out for another lap. His back tyre's still in good condition, but the fronts are starting to wear now. Azrael promoted into second here with Air in third. Air is on mediums. Air is going to not stop in this race. This could be a masterclass from Air here. Could be a stroke of genius with running around on their mediums. If he can go with no stops, and he is that far ahead of Filthy at the minute. I mean, he's 12 seconds ahead of Filthy at the minute. Is Filthy going to be able to reel 12 seconds back in over these next few laps to get back up to Air? Because Air is not going to need to pit on those tyres. Apex in 4th. Filthy into 5th. He will be pushing like mad now. He obviously will not know what tyres Air's on, so he's going to need to push here. Dad right behind him. Bibby in 7th. Highfield 8th. Panda in 9th, and after he's changed, he's got rid of all that damage. He will be pushing like crazy to get back onto these guys. Jay down in 12th. Gloss through the chicane nice and clean. I think we will see Gloss dive into the pits here on this lap now to try and cover off those guys. I'm going to be 99% sure though he probably will come out behind Filthy and Dad. He dives into the pits there. I can only see him coming out behind. Azrael into the pits. So this is now Air going to be taking the lead of the race, the net lead of the race as well. Super brave decision on strategy, and it may work for him. He's into the lead. He's got 4.3 seconds over Apex in second, who is going to need to pit. Gloss is coming out behind Filthy, but he's going to be behind Dad. He's lost 2 positions there. Filthy getting up the inside of him in that corner and not allowing him to pit has forced him down into 3rd. Well, not into 3rd, into 5th. I would say net 3rd, but it's probably net 4th. It's actually net 4th now. So Filthy is now only 2 seconds behind Apex, who in turn is 8 seconds behind Air. There's a 10-second lead now between net 1st and net 2nd. Air has 6 laps here to hold on. How much time is he going to be losing each lap? I mean, he's just done a 1:38.7. Filthy's fastest lap is only 7/10 faster than that. Them tyres already starting to wear as well. Apex runs wide here, them tyres on their way out here. He's soon going to get swallowed up by Filthy and Dad. They're going to be right on him by the time they come through this chicane. Air extending at the front at the minute, but obviously he's only extending to Apex. He is losing a slight amount of time to Filthy. Filthy will be past Apex here. If he goes up the inside, Apex is going to have problems here because he's going to need to get to the inside here to pit. Is he going to be held out here by Dad? No. Apex manages to get into the pit, so that's Filthy into second. So the battle now is, can Filthy close in Air? Filthy on softs, Air on mediums. Air's just done a 1:38.9 with Filthy doing a 1:37.5. So that's over a second gained in that lap from Filthy, and he had the traffic of Apex. Dad's still right on the back of Filthy as well, so anything could happen here. Any mistake from Filthy, if he leaves the door open, Dad will be through. Gloss still pushing behind, came out, lost a couple of positions in the pits, still pushing really well, still driving really well. Azrael in 5th. He's pitted. Bibby still needs to pit. He's in 6th. He's now got Panda closing right up to the back of him here. Panda obviously sustaining that damage at the beginning. He's managed to get himself past Apex. The chick there also on mediums. The chick in the last qualifying position at the minute on those medium tyres. Highfield intense. He is going to need to push to catch the chick here. He's got 12 seconds to pull in at the minute, or else he is not going to qualify for this feature race. The chick is in the last qualifying position. Charger in 11th, battling with Jay. Let's go back to the front. So Air now with an 8.2 second lead as they come across the line. What's his lap time going to be compared to Filthy's here? A 1:38.6, a really fast lap there. Personal. That's a personal best from Air. And he still has 8 seconds. This is going to be a serious ask for Filthy to manage to close this gap in. Air may have had a stroke of genius with this strategy. Filthy doing a 1:37.2 though, so he is pushing very hard. He is now broke the toe of Dad quite substantially, and Dad has damage. It looks like Dad may have had a collision through the death chicane, so Gloss also with damage. Looks like both of them may have had contact with the wall through the death chicane. So these guys will probably drop now quite substantially off the back of Filthy and Air. Azrael with no damage is not that far behind Gloss. He may be able to catch him up with these guys having damage. Panda in no man's land at the minute now. He'll be pushing, but he's got a big gap in front and a decent gap behind, so it's going to be a lot for him to do anything there. Let's get back up front. 7.3 seconds in the lead now. Perfect through there again. I just don't know if Filthy's going to have enough laps here to reel this in. We'll have to see how much Air's tyres drop off here. At the minute, he's still setting good lap times. He's losing about a second a lap, and that is not going to be enough for Filthy to take the win. And yet, even if Filthy catches Air, he still has to get past him as well. This whole time, Filthy's tyres are also going to be wearing as well. Gloss and Dad battling on here with the damage. Azrael sitting there behind in a bit of no man's land, but now we can see the back of those guys. He'll definitely be pushing to try and catch up with them. Runs wide into the first chicane there. That's going to lose him some time. Gloss onto the back of Dad here. He's going to want to get past here to get himself onto the podium. I wonder if these guys have worked out yet that Air's on mediums, or whether they think he's just going really long. They must know by now. Nice and clean through there. These guys still driving really well even with that damage. Will they both get through the chicane clean here? Gloss right onto the back of Dad there. Brakes a bit later. Gets right up behind him there. Nearly touching him as they go into the corner. Onto the grass there from Gloss. Will these guys make it cleanly through here? They've only got a couple of laps left. They need to both try and stay as clean as possible. Both of them through there. And the gap sort of stays the same. Corvette very fast in a straight line. Let's go up front. 5.3 seconds now. I cannot see Filthy being able to close this gap. I think it's just going to be too much for him. And like I say, if he gets there, he's still got to pass him. Yeah, still in the high 1:38. He hasn't really lost a lot of time with that tyre wear. Filthy's times are gradually starting to come back down now. They're still fast, but they are coming down. 1:37.5 his last lap. And those front tyres are beginning to wear. 4.8 seconds he's got to close here. It's a big ask. Gloss now in front of Dad. We missed the move there going back to the lead, but he has managed to get himself past Dad. Will he be able to break away, or will Dad be able to get back through on him? Dad's tyres looking slightly more worn. He did pit the lap earlier, so I would expect them to be a little bit worse off. That's only going to play benefit for Gloss with them both having the same damage. The tyre wear could be the difference. Gloss managing to pull a 7/10 lead here on Dad, so he's out the danger zone at the minute of being re-overtaken, as long as he can stay clean through this chicane. We'll go on board with Dad and watch these guys go through here. Look how close these guys have to get to the barriers here, and how committed you have to be as you bounce over that curve. Both of them through there really well. Gloss now extending to over a second ahead of Dad. Azriel also closing in, only 3.3 seconds now to Azriel behind. Panda closing in, but that's a big gap to close. 3.6 seconds now between Air and Filthy. Highfield, he's up to 9th now. He's now into the qualifying positions. Bibby obviously pitted and dropped out of those positions. Panda back into the pits here. Is Panda going for fastest lap? That is super risky. With the top 9 going through here, Panda into the pits. Unless he sustained heavy damage through there. He knows he's got plenty of time to LeChick. That might have been a clever move, because he is going to go with the fastest lap by the look of it. But strange strategy to pit there. LeChick in 8th. Highfield in 9th in the last qualifying position, and they have a 5-odd second lead to Bibby. Air now only 2.8 seconds clear of Filthy. This could get really close on the last lap. It's going to be such a big ask from Filthy if Air can keep driving the way he is. Close to the barriers there, but still bang on. The gap's coming down though. 10th at a time, look at that. It's gone from 2.7 entering the chicane to 2.2 by the time they come to the last corner. Back out to 2.5 there. Air, he's going to be pushing like mad on this lap. So is Filthy. I think if Air could just have a clean lap here, he's going to have pulled off a masterclass. Great strategy call to go on mediums there and sacrifice the penalty, sacrifice the pit stop. And obviously, big mistake there from Air, completely sideways into that corner. How much time is he going to lose there? Not too much by the looks of it. That would have been heart in the mouth moment there for Air. Gloss into 3rd comfortably now. Dad 4th. Quickly flick through here. Don't think nothing's going on, so we'll go back to the front. Filthy is closing in quickly here. Air in 1st, Filthy in 2nd. Brave strategy call is going to have paid. Looks like it may pay off here. As they come up over the hill for the last time, down into this heavy braking zone. Air needs to stay nice and tidy, because any mistake here and Filthy is going to be right on the back of him. Here we go, last time through the chicane. The death chicane. Is he going to make it through cleanly? It looks like he has made it through, yes. 1.2 seconds. He's going to be just in front when they cross this line. Unless he makes a horrendous mistake out of this last corner and gives Filthy the run. We're going to have seen a brave strategy call play off here. Absolutely phenomenal win from Air here. Great drive, great strategy call. Well done to Air on his 1st victory with us. Filthy in 2nd with a phenomenal drive. That fastest driver on track, but just obviously with the pit, just couldn't quite get back in. Gloss with a great drive into 3rd. He'll be more than happy with that. Dad into 4th. Azrael in 5th. Apex 6th. Panda in 7th after those 2 pit stops. Highfield in 8th here. Bibby in the last qualifying position in 9th. He'll be happy to get through there. Charger will not qualify. He'll be the first of the non-qualifiers. Jay in 11th. The Chick in 12th. Great drive from Air there. Clever strategy call. Filthy, fastest man on track. It'd be interesting to see now what strategy all these guys and the pro guys take in the feature race after seeing like that. After seeing that. Will people be changing their strategies now, or will they be sticking with what they think? Everybody finished now. Well done to those guys. I'm going to end the stream there. We will be back on in 10-15 minutes for the feature race, so come and join us then. Thank you guys.